Greetings, dear friends. Nithyananda. I'm Pushkalananda Nithya, and today I'm making this video to talk about my experiences of levitation. So, is levitation real? Absolutely, it's real. And who can levitate? Anybody can levitate. And I want to share my experiences of how levitation happened for me. So, it's a beautiful process because levitation isn't just merely a physical activity or an indulgence of a physical experience. Is much deeper than that. So for me, I just want to say that currently I'm attending a very powerful program known as the Paramashivoham Level 2 program. It's conducted worldwide online, and it is being conducted by none other than the avatar of our age, Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, who we lovingly call Swamiji. So, what brings me to wanting to share my experience of levitation with my friends and family members around the world is that this process has a very important value to humankind and to human potential, and how the connection between human being and the cosmic energy happens through the levitation process. So actually yesterday we were initiated into the levitation process where literally Swamiji gave us Akasha Bhairava darshan and the initiation. So this is this is not like any other program, any spiritual retreat, yoga meditation program. This is an effortless process where the avatar himself comes down and embodies here Paramashiva himself, the highest level of super consciousness which is available. The totality of how I understand is beyond both the known and the unknown dimensions. That form of super consciousness coming down and landing in Swamiji's body and expressing through that body of Swamiji and giving us that process of levitation. So it happens through Diksha, which is an initiation process where the avatar himself initiates each individual through energy transmission. Now, who can receive this process and who can receive levitation and many other powers of a yogi is anybody in a human form. Actually, per Hinduism, it is believed that if you take in a human form, you're already qualified to express your highest potential, which is divinity, which itself is Paramashivatva, the state, space, powers, and the being of Paramashiva. So this program is all about receiving effortlessly on our part. When it comes to levitation, actually, my very first experience of levitation was in between year 2009 to 2010, I believe it was. It could have been 2010 to 2011, but right in between those 2 year span. What happened was that Swamiji had first initially talked about, Swamiji first talked about giving initiation to the humans, humanity, of course, and experiencing Kundalini awakening. So basically, Kundalini awakening is a potential energy inside of us, which really works. How I experience it in my life is it works as a bridge between the individual consciousness and the cosmic consciousness, giving us the experiences of far beyond the duality perceptional reality. Meaning that everything we understand, every fear of ours, every desire, every greed, every powerlessness, whatever we understand as a reality of limitation in our existence, this energy is so powerful that it can break us free from all those limited experiences of one's life and one's lifestyles and one's choices and one's realities and one's conditionings, which we don't have many times control over, and just pull us up to the cosmic level of compassion and love frequency. Why that's important naturally, for those of you who might not have experiences, because anytime we are experiencing a low mood, it's because we're experiencing our reality in a lower frequency, in turn attracting more and more of low vibes around us. So if constantly we're in pain, we're entertaining more and more pain patterns in our life, we're attracting it because we already believe it's our reality. Similarly, when we feel inspired about life, when we have a broader vision about life, it's easier for us to want to manifest and understand what our life purpose is and act upon the life purpose, making ourselves more wealthy, not just only consciously, but also in the outer world as well, in all, in every level. So for someone, it could be having relationship with the world and enriching and helping people cause their realities, which is the ultimate, and or it could just be someone taking the responsibility of being a leader, a great leader. So any and everything, when this potential energy is awakened, the levitation process happens, and it's seen even physically. So yesterday, Swamiji actually gave us such a powerful and such a beautiful experience. He literally gave us the initiation process where Swamiji invoked the presence of Akasha Bhairava. So Akasha Bhairava, the Lord of Akasha Bhairava. And this energy, Swamiji installed inside of us, and through this energy, we're able to levitate. So, you know, for like just if you've never heard of levitation and you don't resonate too much and you don't understand, it's also okay, because this process is exactly for anybody and everybody. Just only thing I feel that is that would be need from us is our free will to wanting to experience a better life, like a better possibility in our life. So whatever that might be. And what better time than the time that we're living right now, because of all the mess and all the chaos that's going on is creating more and more fear into people. It's so easy for people to have an anxiety and for people to go into depression, for people to move into addictions, because naturally the first instincts we do as human beings is that when we have emotions we're not able to cope up with, we try to fill those emotions with addictions, so food patterns, drugs, etc., whatever it might be. So when the levitation process happens, it's actually a deep cleansing and a deep healing process which occurs. So back to my experience, just I wanted to share that it happened for me in between those years, 2000 to 2011, when Swamiji first said that he's going to initiate the world into Kundalini awakening. He's going to awaken Parashakti. So Parashakti is the cosmic energy inside of us, the Devi energy, which is going to get awakened. So she moves from our Muladhara chakra all the way to our crown center. And the Kundalini happens. So the Kundalini energy just upsurges and moves upwards, and the levitation, the body also goes up physically, it moves up. And so when Swamiji said that, all I knew is that, oh my gosh, like I really want to experience this. Why, first and foremost, I even desire to want to experience this is because prior to meeting Swamiji, my life was it was full of a lot of different incompletions. Like, for example, there was a lot of psychological confusions, a lot of, fears, deep-rooted fears, unknown fears. Even there were so many unknown fears that I had. I didn't know why. I just felt like all of a sudden the world could end. Just random unknown fears. And of course, a lot of that we can understand now through various different studies and different research and development, that all these happen as part of the process that we're conditioned into in our society, which is exactly what's kind of happening right now with the virus being spread around and the news and the media and so forth. But with that being said, so I just knew that, oh my gosh, I need to experience this Kundalini awakening. So just the desire to wanting it so bad, I went into the temple at that time, one of the temples in Seattle, and I just sat there and I saw that there were participants around me. And again, that was around year 2000, maybe 10, 11, somewhere around there. And I could just see that people were actually levitating off the ground. Like they were having these experiences where they would sit in Samana Mudra. So Samana Mudra is you clasp both your hands together and you sit in Padmasana. So it's a yogic posture where you fold both your legs and you sit in Padmasana. And Swamiji was in front of them two-way, on a TV, and Swamiji would just send this energy. He would do different like mudras with his hand gestures, and he would just send different types of energies. And all of a sudden, people would just start levitating. And I was just awed. I just couldn't believe it. And I just knew, oh my God, if it's possible for them, then surely it's possible for me. I have to experience it. So how I was going to experience it was just by asking Swamiji. I mean, it was just feeling connection with the Guru, with the Master. And that's the beauty of having an avatar in our age, is that only thing that's required to have these superpowers and to experience the super breakthroughs in our life and our lifestyles is just nothing more than having the feeling connection and wanting to experience, to be in oneness with the same state space that Swamiji is expressing. So I just said, oh my gosh, Swamiji, I really want to experience this. And I just went in and I just connected with Swamiji. So I just visualized Swamiji and I just said, I really want to have this experience. And of course, I already knew that anything Swamiji says, it's going to happen. And so the more and more I connected with Swamiji, I could feel that there was like a, something has started churning in my Muladhara chakra. It felt like a warm heat. So this warm heat was just going around my Muladhara chakra, like just like very warm. It wasn't hot or anything, but it was very subtle. It was very warm, and it was a very, very peaceful. And it was just very, it's hard to explain, but the energy just felt very nurturing. Actually, that would be the closest word that I can express it with. It felt very nurturing in my Muladhara, and then just like within a few minutes, I could feel that the energy was just trying to move me up effortlessly. It was just going upwards. And so I just listened to Swamiji. I had my hands in Savana Mudra and I was in Padmasana. And before I knew it, I just felt all of a sudden energy just going up. And at that time, levitation process started happening for me. And I was just so amazed. I was just so awed by this experience because what happened inside me at that time was, oh gosh, it's possible for me. The reason why I say that is because many times, I'm sure each one can relate with this, is that when we see other people with such extraordinary powers, or we hear about these great value experiences in life, we think that we might not be qualified for them, or we feel that we need to work hard for them because this is the patterns that we are conditioned into from an early age. But here, he was effortlessly, Swamiji is just effortlessly just giving it to us because he's authorized to do so. He's an avatar, so he's authorized to do such work and uplift the humanity in such a powerful way because of his mere compassion. So anyways, this was my experience of levitation. And so yesterday when Swamiji initiated all the participants, Swamiji said, I've already installed the energy of Akasha Bhairava. All of you can start levitating now. I can see that the moment I just closed my eyes, I didn't really even go in and meditate or do anything. The moment I closed my eyes and I sat in Padmasana and I had my hands in Samana Mudra, all of a sudden the levitation started happening and I started jumping up off the floor. Like literally off the ground. I was jumping up off the ground and coming down and just jumping up off the ground effortlessly. And what happened during that process is that my body became just so light, so light. I could feel that it was a deep cleansing that was happening, and I could just feel that I was becoming more and more blissful, and I was becoming more and more light, and more and more excited. There was like an excitement. It was just like, actually, it was just it was like a baby, how a baby feels when you watch a baby having so much fun. They don't even need to really have anything to have fun. They can pick up anything and make it into a valuable thing, and just use that to just be in a blissful state. And I felt like I didn't really need anything. I just needed to be in that moment to experience that blissful energy and that blissful experience. So it was very nice, and it was literally like a cosmic party going on there because everybody from around the globe who was participating was jumping and was levitating. And of course, there are different stages of levitation as well. So it starts out different. So for each one, depending on, for various different things it could depend on, so if you've had Kundalini awakening before, you could already be at a different stage of levitation, or you could be the initial state where you're feeling the vibration in your Muladhara chakra, or you're feeling the heat in your body, you're feeling the energy move upwards. But nonetheless, it's such an ecstatic experience. It's such a beautiful, such a valuable experience, and I cannot say enough that to me, Swamiji is the most valuable bridge to super consciousness. It is because of Swamiji that I'm able to experience the higher possibilities in life and drop all the things that don't serve me. Of course, the conditionings of the world are such that no matter what, because we are made to participate, that we have to constantly compromise in areas of our life, which we may not want to and we may not feel good about doing. But again and again, we end up finding ourselves compromising. So this program is happening right now. It's online. You can join from your home. You don't have to compromise your time. You don't need to compromise flying to India, because normally when these powerful initiation processes take place, you have to go to India to do the programs. Previously, at least this is how it's been. You go to India and then you do the process in the energy field. But here, I can surely say that the energy field has been so powerful. Swamiji has already given us his commitment that no matter where you're hosting the program in your home, I am creating a Nithyananda Sabha, which means that he's creating his own energy field and he's present there. So many people have already experienced him in their home. Of course, we know that Swamiji is with us because we're just having nothing more than a beautiful, relaxed atmosphere. We're having so... Actually, I'm short of words because all I can say is that I cannot say that I'd rather be anywhere else than where I am in Paramashivoham program with Swamiji right now. Every initiation with Swamiji is just jaw-dropping. Swamiji is just so compassionate. Just being with him literally raises our frequency. We immediately move on to the love frequency, and at that time, no pain patterns can actually be in our body. We just become so light. If there's any depression that one is carrying, if there's any pain in the body, it just immediately leaves us because there's a quantum frequency jump that happens at the time, and that is the process of the levitation. So it's such a beautiful experience. Swamiji is so compassionate. He knows what's going on with humanity right now before we even know it, and he's giving us this opportunity to be able to join the program right from our home. So if you're interested, you want to experience a different type of a reality other than outside of what's going on right now. If you're just not sure what to do, if there's confusion, like for most people right now, there's so much confusion being created. There's so much of different news. There's so much of questions. There's so much, just so much that's going on right now that we are not okay with. And it's okay. It's okay for us to not be okay with that. And we should know that we do have the avatar that's available for us that will make sure that we're okay. So anyways, I welcome you all. If you're interested in participating, I will surely put the link down below on my comment or my description box. Feel free to ask me any questions if you like. And if you have any other questions about what I shared with you today, I would be very much happy to address them for you. And I look forward to seeing you all. By the way, you can still register until the 27th. So you have time. Please do come on board and bring your friends and family with you. Thank you so much, Nithyanandam.